We were actually looking for the idea of what the show would be about. And in the end, the idea became, we'll start with the music.
One, 2, 3, 4.
Mixing the Beatles #1s last year, we noticed the quality of the new transfers. If you imagine what a CD player or something sounded like 10 years ago, it sounds better. So the actual going from analog tapes to digital is now much better. In the last month, has decided to replace all of the audio for the show and remix the entire show as well. So everything you hear is new in the show now.
You're asking me, will my love grow? I don't know.
The idea of this show is to be in the studio with the Beatles, to capture the feel of what it must have been like to be in that control room.
The guys from Abbey Road used some new technologies and were able to clean up a lot of the audio, recreate some of that low end that doesn't record very well on tape back in the 60s. We were able to do some stuff with Paul's bass line, and again, adding the subs. We were really able to bring that bass energy out into the theater.
The Beatles recorded everything on 4/4, so well, not everything, but when they got more ambitious, so you get things like A Day in the Life, which has an orchestral overdub, the big swelling orchestra, and so we now can use all of those 4 takes of the orchestra and combine them with the original 4 tracks. So we have a multi. We can use many more tracks than we used before.
I read the news today, oh boy, about a lucky man.
And a lot of the time, like, what would happen is there would be a 4-track, but the principle being that, like, on one of the tracks of the final 4-track, there would be the guitar and the bass and the drums.
So they only had 4 tracks that were recording, and they would mix it down to 1 track. Then they'll take these 3 tracks right here that are open. So now they got track 1, which had 4 recordings on it, and then they got 3 extra tracks, and they record that back down. You know, and they'll keep on doing that until they get it all down to 1 track, so 4 tracks at a time. With today's technologies, we can have up to 32 tracks playing at once.
We're able to go to the generation before, and there is a tape which has those drums and bass and guitar separate, and we're able to sync all of those up, giving us more flexibility.
Baby, you can drive my car, and maybe I love you.
So what is this? What are we listening to? Is this stereo? Is it 5.1, which is left, center, right, and 2 surrounds?
From above your head, it can be from behind you, it can be from that way. Music coming all around you.
26.6 is at least your minimum experience that you'll get.
You got 26 different sources, I guess you can see what Jonathan's trying to say, that is hitting you all at once. It is true surround sound, but it's not like 5.1, like your typical home theater system. It's a little bit bigger than that.
And everywhere you see something different, and you're gonna not hear something different, but there will be a different feel that you'll have as the music moves through you and around you.
Not only changing the position of where you are sitting in the theater, but also how you physically sit in your seat will change your perspective on what you're hearing for the show.
One of the criticisms I remember when we opened the show was that there wasn't much early Beatles songs. There were we had chose a lot of late stuff. And it's because there's lots more we could do with it, you know, imagery-wise, but that raw, visceral, just youth energy, we needed more of, you know, and Twist and Shout is that. Listening to the music and thinking, this is the first time I've heard it, and that's what we wanted to get from the song.
Right. Okay, as you know, we're taking out I Am the Walrus, but fortunately we're bringing back Twist and Shout. Actually, it was in the first plan, but we're telling the same story that we used to tell. The world will be saved by rock and roll. Sgt. Pepper's music has been destroyed by war, and in the middle of this place, we'll see from the underground a volcano of fever erupting, bringing the fever that rock and roll brought to a generation. In a way, I Want to Hold Your Hand would be the transmission of that fever into the US. We can hear the new music, and then, Michael, you will get it. So instead of bringing the record, here they are, the Beatles.
Here they are, the Beatles!
I want to feel, where are you, Michael? So I want to feel it in your body, okay? I want you to be the first one to catch the fever. Let's say you're auditioning to perform in the Love Show in Twist and Shout. I want you to give me that fever, okay? So let's take the center here. Let's put the music loud enough for that to happen.
We would like everyone on stage for this. Thank you.
I want everyone to be part of the circle. Okay, are you ready? Let's get the fever.
We have this great performer, Michael. He has like this raw thing, you know. He can he's holding the record, and you can already feel like I got something. I'm touching gold, you know. I got the fever.